How are you today?
I'm great. How are you doing?
Fabulous. I watched this again, probably for the like second or third time well, not this morning. Well, watched it this morning, but for the second and third time, maybe. But
Oh, cool. Oh,
well,
sweet. Thank you.
I saw this a while back at Overlook, and I could not get this out of my head because it is just
Yeah.
visually it's stunning and it's grotesque at times. But what I
Oh, yeah.
really enjoy is also the bonds of friendship and just kind of being there for, you know, being somebody like help propping somebody up. And that's something that your character does for Emma quite a bit, helps stand up for her, gives her a
Yeah.
voice. And so I just like to know, is there ever a time where you've been that, or who is that to you?
Well, it's funny. I am like that with the people I love. I'm pretty completely devoted to them. And and with Beth, who Beth Million, who played Emma, she made it incredibly easy for me. We loved each other right away. She's just so lovely and so cool and so talented.
Hmm.
Um, it you know I really wish we didn't live on opposite coasts. um, but yeah, I mean, I don't know. I think that if you're friends with someone, then you're friends with them, and you know you care about their well-being and you're affected by the way they feel, and that's kind of what being alive is all about, you know. It's
True.
like, yeah, I mean, it's you know I've learned a lot being in this industry where people chase this like bauble of fame and wealth,
Hmm.
glory, and all of this, but they're also they're also some of the most unhappy individuals in the world, because
It's
you're
true.
it's true. I mean, without real relationships and friendships and those bonds, you we're social animals. Those are the things that release the good chemicals.
No, I get it. And I mean, it helps you stay grounded. And
Yeah, exactly.
one of the things that I really also enjoyed about this movie, though, too, just the set and where you all were filming. And I just want to know what it was like being in that environment because I believe, again, this was kind of either right as things were starting to, unfortunately take a turn for the worse with the pandemic, but being able to kind of film this on location and just also have that interaction where so many of us probably, couldn't.
Yeah, no, it was really a gift, and it's a gift that we took full advantage of. I felt very lucky to be able to work with such a great crew and such a great cast. I mean,
Yes.
we all became thick as thieves. And even, Allie, oh God, I don't want to give away any spoilers,
Oh, you're right.
but like now I can't say this. Shit. Anyway, we all
You're
really love
fine.
each other a lot, and if anyone ever had to leave for any reason, we would be very, very sad, and we would miss them and talk about them like
Well,
we miss them
I
very.
loved hearing that there was this bond, and also
Yeah.
because the other thing that one is why I love horror is sometimes horror is a way to escape, but also especially during that time, that's all I was watching because one, if there's ever a zombie apocalypse, I feel like I'm gonna survive. Uh,
Yes. Yeah.
but two, I think another great thing about horror is that it kind of pushes out like really it's a way to sometimes get messages out without kind of like beating you over the head. And I really enjoyed this theme of friendship, loyalty,
Yeah.
and also I just loved the, inclusiveness or
Yes.
inclusiveness, but
Yeah. Well,
inclusivity. There we go.
that
There we go.
right. Well, that's kind of the point. that's kind of the point of art in general, is that anybody can make it. Everyone is welcome. If you like, all you need to make art is a some talent and a point of view. It doesn't
Hmm.
matter what the delivery system is, as long as the story is true, as long as the characters are real, as long as you are telling the truth about the human experience. That's all you need to do. And horror, especially horror, I like to say is, it's a shelter. It's a shelter for all of the misfits, all of us who feel misunderstood,
Yeah.
and like we don't really have a perch to land on. It's I don't know. I mean, like when I go to horror conventions and things like that, everyone is so sweet. Everyone is so happy to be there. Everyone is there because of a common interest.
Hmm.
No one's trying to get anything or advance themselves in any way. Everyone is there for the pure love of the genre.
I love here. I mean, it's crazy because there are so many of us that love horror, but it still feels like this close-knit family. And again, that's evident in
Yeah.
this film, but also,
Yeah.
it's just I love hearing that. So that's really great. But one of my other favorite things about horror, this was kind of gory. This
Yeah.
was
Oh
this
yeah.
was gnarly. And so I'm just
Yeah.
curious what it's like on set when you get to see those things happen and just see it play out.
So, yeah, I mean the gore in this is pretty groundbreaking. Um, Especially thematically, when I won't say what that
Oh,
means,
yeah.
but it was very, yeah, and I mean, Bex gives such a brave performance in this. Like when I saw it for the first time, I got like choked up. I'm getting choked up now. But it was like, oh, there's so much I want to say and I don't want to
No,
spoil
no,
it,
it's
but
fine. This film was so emotional and
yes,
for
yeah.
me there were just every character had something that I felt like I could resonate with, but I know what you
Yeah.
say when like Bex went through it. Also, just like the way with the movements, the contortionate, like all of
Oh my
that. It
God.
just, but yes, it was.
Oh, the
uh,
commitment was fantastic.
Yes.
Oh,
Oh my gosh. But I
yeah.
completely agree because there were times in the movie I was just like, man, I was like, I want
I
to be there.
know.
I just want to like Mona was a cool character, but I'm like, you need to be stopped. So
Yeah. Oh yeah. I couldn't wait for that bitch to die.
exactly. I
Oh yeah.
was, oh my goodness. So like I get it because Mona was so charismatic, but just also
Yes.
so
So
hateful in
reptilian.
a way. And so when I felt like I was bonding to the other characters, so I was just I throughout the entire
Oh.
thing, like obviously it's horror, so you're gonna miss things in a sense or miss people, and it's just yeah, very well
Oh,
done.
totally. Yeah, no, a lot of I felt all of those deaths for sure. I will say when you're actually making the gore,
Hmm.
it's more of like, you know, putting in a sculpture together. It's kind of like, oh, cool. Oh, that looks great. Oh, that's working so well. Because we all know it's because we see all the hoses and the pumps and the,
Hmm.
so it's very easy for us to separate what it is. But then when you see it, I mean, I thought it looked fantastic, especially I mean, it's a low budget film. I was so amazed
I
by how
love
good the
practical
effects were.
effects, and
Oh my God.
as you know, low budget and independent, like everything was put into this. It feels like, and so much creativity. But I really,
Yeah.
yeah, when I saw that, I was just like, wow, and getting to see it like on the big screen at the
Yes.
festival, I was just like, oh my goodness. It's I always say I'm like a horror for gore, but like there were certain things was just like when I was watching, it's like, so
I know. Oh man, because yeah, you really feel it like happening to people. Oh boy.
well, I
Yeah.
think that's a commitment to your all's performances too, because it felt real. It was guttural.
Thank you. Yeah. No, it really, man, it really wasn't, and a lot of the reason is because we all really trusted each other, and We felt free to go to those places with the people we were working with. You know, we felt safe, which is so
I
important.
love hearing that. Absolutely. In that industry, absolutely.
Oh
So
my
that's
God, yes. Yeah. Yeah. Oh no, it's a shark day. It really is like swimming with sharks. I mean, everybody I don't know if people really understand like so many people get into this industry for very different reasons.
hmm
And you know, it's when you find the people that are doing it for all the right reasons, you just hang on to them and just
abs
because those people are
absolutely.
also there. There are a lot of very good people in this industry as well.
Oh, yeah. I mean, and
Yeah.
see, I I love seeing honestly, I love good storytelling, but I love just people when you can tell you're watching them on film and you can tell they love what they're doing. They're giving it their all. And
Yes.
at the end of the day too,
Yeah.
you still see them just so proud of their work. And I love that because that's to me what it's about when I'm watching film. So,
Yes. Well, that's you make such a good point because it is supposed to cost you something. It's not just a vanity exercise of I'm going to look so cool and I'm going to look so sexy and this is going to be so good for my brand or whatever.
yeah.
You know, like like we are storytellers and if you don't love storytelling, this is not the job for you.
it's
You
it's
know?
it's very you can tell when some people just like this was for a check. And I'm like, oh,
Yeah, just phone it in or like, "Oh, this is about me, the person, not the
And
character in the story.
ex-
It's about me."
sometimes I think when I do feel that if somebody hasn't done a low budget film or a low budget horror especially, that I just don't think that there's something that goes into that because sometimes
Yeah,
it's like you are getting down, dirty, filthy, and sometimes you're becoming part of that process.
yes.
So and also
And you're not doing it for the money.
no, no,
You're not
no.
getting paid anything. Like you're doing it for it because you love it and it's a passion project and that's something I really love about independent films is everyone's there because they love to do it, not because
That's
there's some big reward for them. I mean, hopefully, you know, you want to work your way,
of
you
course,
know.
but
I don't hate rewards or anything like that. But
no.
but it's secondary. It's secondary to the whole point of doing this.
You want to be proud of what you put out there. And so I again, this
Yeah.
like that's
I
man,
got to be able to look at myself in the mirror,
I love
you know.
my goodness. I guess my final question really, and I appreciate so much getting to be candid with you at all this. It's so much fun. But
Oh, me too.
because I love horror, but I want to know what do you hope people get out of this film?
Well, I always hope, you know, because a lot of horror movies do serve as cautionary tales for people. We all
Mm-hmm.
love to play that game of what would I do and how would I survive and all of this. So, I mean, it is good for that. There are real dangers in the world.
Yes.
There are bad people. There is evil that exists in the heart of man.
Mm-hmm.
So, you know, that's always something good to get out of it. Um, but also, to get out of the movie. I mean, I don't know. I feel like if there's any kind of relatable, like greater sort of universal truth, I like to
Mm-hmm.
say that everything is about a universal truth that anybody can relate to it, no matter who you are. That's kind of the idea. Like you know, I like to say one of my favorite movies is Predator, and I can't relate to any, not even a minute. Like, there's nothing relatable for me in that movie, you know. But
One, I love hearing that
but I
as I'm
love it.
wearing like a xenomorph
I know.
shirt
I
right
saw
now.
that. The face look. It's so cool.
I love hearing that. Um, no, I just oh, that's amazing. I just want to say thank you so much for taking time out of your day to speak with me. I'm
Oh,
just
my
so
pleasure.
happy everyone gets to see this finally. And
Yeah.
I wish you the best rest of your day.
Thank you. You too, man. This has been such a wonderful conversation. Thank you for having me on.